So there's a teacher in Italy who got fired because she was not doing her job for 20 years.
I thought the French were lazy. Italians are lazier. Dang, man.
Yeah, so she
20 years?
It took them 20 years to figure that out.
she's a secondary school teacher. She specializes in history and philosophy.
Oh, those are the you could get away with jobs.
And she says that she has she has the documents to prove her story that she did show up to her job, but she's at the beach right now, so she can't.
I see.
She actually did say that to the Republica newspaper.
Yeah.
That's fucking
She says, I will reconstruct the truth of the facts of this absolutely unique and surreal story, but I don't answer questions from journalists thrown around that wouldn't do justice to the truth of my story. So she was...
But when I get back from vacation, I'll tell you everything.
So complicated.
So they're arguing, the people who fired her, that she had kept out of the classroom for 20 out of her 24 years.
She still got paid.
Being employed there.
Damn.
And for the first 10 years, she was completely absent.
Whoa.
And
Well, that's on them, dude.
Wait, so the kids just show up to an empty classroom and they just go, okay, we'll just sit here for an hour.
I think she somehow got lost in the mix.
So she was just collecting checks and they just weren't even...
She won, dude. She's the
For
winner.
the first 10 years of her employment, she didn't even show up, and her absences were attributed to sickness, personal, or family reasons, and there was no follow-up. She was just like,
What the?
That's like laziness on so many levels.
That's several chains of like not checking.
Right.
I don't think that's her fault anymore.
Here's that timeline.
10 years?
So
The first 10 years, she was just wasn't there.
Isn't that kind of genius to
Yeah.
get away with it for that long?
Yeah,
Definitely.
you gotta take down that whole pillar then.
Yeah.
I think maybe one way is if you're like the VCR rolling TV teacher, you put that in and you just have a timer where like it starts off with text already. If you've come in here, just sit down, open your books, and then you just start playing the video, and it just repeats every hour.
Damn.
Then maybe like the
But you know what's funny? If you were a student of a teacher like this, you wouldn't rat her out.
nah, fuck no.
That's true.
That's my favorite class ever.
But you want to
usually
get your ass kicked?
There might be a couple people that might get mad, like a couple kids.
Oh, there's
that might
always a
tell
couple
them-
Oh,
kids.
right.
Yeah, you're
the
right.
squares.
Yeah, the squares.
Yep.
You gotta beat them up.
You gotta beat those
I
kids
wanted to
up.
learn Greek philosophy, and you're not even here to teach me.
Shut the fuck up, Carl. A classic Italian name. Carl.
That's when we overturn the trash can on their head.
Yeah. Her.
Remember those kids that are like, oh, and the bell rang? Teacher, you forgot to give us homework. I wanted to fuck them fools up so bad.
It is a cliche, but it does happen a lot.
I did only see that happen in movies, though.
Never experienced it?
Really?
Really?
I remember a kid
That
actually
happened.
specifically saying you forgot to give us homework.
You didn't have enough Asians in your class.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
Because usually an Asian kid.
They always did
Do you
that.
guys actually remember someone saying that?
Yeah.
Dude.
Whoa.
College.
Yeah.
It was in college I heard.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like frantic, the bell rang, she was probably still lecturing or whatever. And then like, it's like everyone's like, oh, fucking go before she gives us homework.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or
And then
was
they're
the-
like,
Is the papers out yet?
teacher, she didn't give us
Or be
homework.
like, oh, then aren't we supposed to have a quiz today? And you're like, shut the fuck
That has happened. That has happened.
up. Oh, god damn, your mom hates you.
That's why your dad beats your mom.
They prepped so hard that they didn't want to like miss out on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you fuck face.
But
What
they
about the
al-
rest of us that don't study?
But they also do that bullshit too, where it's like they want to look smarter. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, dude.
Up, dude.
And it's like, well, I prepared for the quiz. I want to take it.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're like correcting the teacher in a way, and they get off on that shit.
Yeah, they
Or
love it.
collecting homework. That was always a thing. Oh, you forgot to collect the homework from.
Yeah. Do we turn in our homework? And
turn in
you're
our
like,
homework?
fucking
Yeah.
guy, dude, fucking Carl.
All the time.
I remember having to do a book report, and then I didn't even read a book, and then I made up the whole book.
That's tight.
Damn, that's tight. I used to just write for no reason, like the book reports of what I felt that day, and I just turned it in and get a D.
Journal?
I get a D, dude.
Like, yeah, I was picking grass during recess. Yeah. It's like, what does that have to do with this?
Because I was like, this is a way better story. Like, this book sucks. My life is better. And then I would write and then give it
That's
to
the
him.
most joke thing I've ever heard.
My life is better. When you guys see protests for like teachers arguing for like higher wages, does your mind go to the good teachers that deserve it or the bad teachers that don't?
I always think about the bad teachers.
I would say most of the schools I've been to, half of the teachers were lazy.
About half.
Yeah, they weren't even teaching, or they just read out of the book and they just let you chill.
They bitch the most too about pay shit.
I go to, then why'd you sign up for that job?
Yeah.
That's my go-to thing, because I'm like, you know how much you're gonna get paid before you signed.
Yeah.
But what if they love teaching?
Then shut the fuck up and go teach.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if they go, hey, XYZ elementary school, this is how much you're gonna get paid. Like, it's weird to me to go, okay, I'll take this for like 2 years,
Yeah.
and then like a year later, wait a minute.
But they also get summers off too.
Dude, you know what I kind of...
Just go teach out of private school, you're gonna make more money. But I do agree, I think teachers should get paid more
Overall,
because
yeah.
it's a really difficult job.
Yeah, it
So
is difficult,
as a system, I think teachers should get paid more, and they're educating our kids in the future. But individually, I'm like, why'd you choose something and then complain about it?
Yeah, because if they do raise the rates on how much teachers get paid, it could attract more higher, like, better teachers, right?
Well, I don't know how other states are, but in California, you get your school loans excused if you go
Oh yeah,
directly. So like you're
Is that if you teach at a public?
sick.
yeah.
Is that if you teach public?
yeah.
Really?
Not if you go to like teach at a private school, right?
No, it's public school. So
There's like loan forgiveness stuff for teachers.
So like when we were, that's one of the things I was considering too, because I was like, man, you get summers off. See, it was like my lazy mind thinking like I want the job not because I'm passionate about like mentoring and teaching, but because I want the most pay and then the most breaks.
But you know what's sad though? That they do get summers off, but they don't get summers paid. Because you only get paid to teach. So a lot of teachers during the summer, they're like, fuck, what do I do? Like, how do I make income?
Yeah.
If you're on tenure, do you still get paid for like the...
I don't think so. I think if you're off, you're not gonna get paid. So like they actually don't get paid the 12 months. They gotta
One of
go
the
find
homies
something
that's a
else.
teacher says like it's like kind of adjusted for them.
Oh, really?
It's like it's like they'll be able to.
So it's not like a total like...
Yeah, it's not a complete.
Deficit?
Deficit.
Yeah.
But it also depends on the state.
Something like you would get paid then.
Yeah, for sure. That's why a lot of teachers do summer school. They teach.
My friend's mom, she's a junior high teacher. She was making 6 figures as a tenured teacher.
Sick.
But
She good?
I don't know. But she was like a bank teller and then decided to go back to school and then to go and become a teacher for junior high, and then she worked and I think he was like, yeah, my mom makes like 110 or some shit, and I'm like, what, as a teacher? But also you make more when you're going to like lower income schools too, because there's more funding there.
You know something weird, which maybe some of you guys have maybe noticed, and I definitely noticed. So like growing up, most teachers tell you they love teaching and that's why they do it, and some of them are really good. Now that you've had friends that you grew up with that went to school and decided to be teachers, I've noticed all my friends that decided to do that, and I have a lot of them, they all did it because they didn't know what else to do. And now they love teaching. Now that
They grew to love it.
Right. But it wasn't that they always had this quest to like become a teacher because they loved the idea. They just literally, all of them, shrugged. And they were like, I don't know.
Fucking hate being a teacher because you still have homework, right? Like you finish school, you're like, thank God, no more fucking homework. But now you gotta grade all these papers.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But I think for them, like when I ask them what they love about it, it's depending on what school they're teaching at, because they moved around. Now they love it because they love where they teach, but
I
they
see.
hated it at certain other
A
schools.
lot of people, a lot of teachers too, opt for teaching abroad and teaching English, and they actually make
Like just a straight up hack.
it's and they make a ton of money doing
I
that.
had a lot of homies that did that in Asia.
And then you're able to travel. You're able to,
And fuck Asian prostitutes.
that
Which is a
too.
huge plus.
Sex tourism.
And I heard that like the students abroad are way more easier because they're like orderly, they're respectful. They don't have to play babysitter.
Oh yeah, classroom full of Asian kids. That's a dream.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be a teacher, teach abroad.
Yeah, teach a bunch of Asians if you can.
Dude, imagine teaching at Arcadia High School. Everyone wants to do homework. Everyone wants to learn.
Those kids are smart too.
Dude.
Dude, you have to admit though, Bart, like if you were grading papers, you'd just be fucking going A, whatever.
Yeah.
I graded. Everyone's getting an A.
Exactly.
Except for the fucking kid that pisses me off. I'm gonna fucking nitpick and find a way to get my F.
But your friends that you grew up with that became teachers,
I only know one person that was her goal to be a teacher. Like she was passionate about it, everything. And I know another person that's on their way to, and they're very passionate about it. But yeah, like most people I know, I don't think that was their first choice. I think it was something that was a necessity because they needed to find something that was a guarantee, or maybe they had kids early and they're just like, how do I balance this out? And it worked out for their lifestyle.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a passion to follow.
I only knew one, and I was horny for her. Because I was a freshman, she was a senior, right? And then when she graduated, I was like, oh, toodaloo, never see you again. But then she was one of those that finished college early. So when I was a senior, she came back. And I was like, oh shit, she came back to teach. And now we have the student-teacher relationship.
That's tight.
That would be crazy, but nothing.
You didn't like lean into it? You couldn't like,
Huh?
You didn't try to like shoot your shot with her?
I think when you're 17 and they're like 23 is kind of hard, I think. I don't know.
I think that's just self-limiting brain.
I
man.
think
And
so,
I think
too.
if you believe you could do it, you could do it, brother.
You got to fresh and fit your fucking mind, bro.
Come on, dog.
I'm telling you.
Have you even watched our podcast?
No.
This guy's never watched our fucking
I need
How do you live?
I need to subscribe.
How do you
That's the whole
make
thing.
decisions?
Because apparently to them, like, women are dumb, dude.
Yeah.
You could trick them into do anything.
Yup.
I feel like the whole system probably makes people like super unmotivated too. Like, let's say you're a teacher, you have all these like things you want to do, you have energy to try new things, and then you go in and it's like so much bureaucracy, so much laziness, whatever. And then it's like you're in this system, you're just like, fuck, man, this is soul crushing.
I also think some people that get into teaching, they think they have their expectation of it is going to be like, oh, it's going to be fun, it's going to be cool. And then they realize how many skills you need to have to be able to like wrangle a classroom and do all that stuff. And then you're just getting beaten down by these kids all the time.
It takes a while to find your stride. Too.
Yeah, definitely, right? Like,
You're definitely not the teacher that you were when you started.
yeah, dude, exactly. When you first start teaching kids and you're not really experienced in doing that, you're just getting dunked on constantly. It feels like you're drowning.
Every
sometimes.
one of Taika's teachers, I'm buying them a fucking gift basket of some sort.
Yeah.
Really?
Taika's a pain in the fucking ass. And so, like, anyone that's teaching Taika, I'm like, you're amazing.
I blame the parents.
Grease them wheels, baby.
That's fucked up, dude.